Hello viewers, today we're going to be discussing group and family therapies in psychology. Um, Mainly talking about what these therapies are, how they work, who they help, how effective they are, as well as some interesting statistics and fun facts that I was able to find. Although on specifically these two types of therapies there weren't a lot of statistics. It's just mainly like general knowledge that people have learned over time of just having group therapy sessions and stuff. So, what I'm going to start out with group therapy. So, what is group therapy? It's basically therapy that's conducted in groups rather than individuals. It's pretty self-explanatory, and this permits a lot of therapeutic benefits from the group interaction. So, compared to individual therapy, group therapy sessions help more people at once. They cost less per person, and they're pretty much just as effective, if not more effective, than individual therapy. Clients usually benefit from exploring their feelings, developing social skills in a group, learning from others that have similar problems, and also getting feedback on how they behave and how they can develop new ways to behave so that their issues can be fixed. That's how you want to put it. So a very different perspective from a one-on-one session with a therapist who might understand that person's problem but never have experienced it. And not to mention, some of these people may feel isolated, like they're the only ones with that problem. But finding people who share the same struggles and issues that they do, that lets those clients be more comfortable, and they may even learn social skills that may allow them to develop into highly functioning adults later on after a certain time in the group therapy. These social skills may not even be learned as easily or at all in a one-on-one situation with a therapist. So, some common myths that people usually think when they hear about group therapy is hearing another member's problems will make me feel worse, or my problems will get worse, and that fear usually prevents them from having intimate relationship with others. They're like afraid of divulging their secrets and stuff like that. So group members, after a while, they usually report gaining satisfaction and a sense of connection by hearing others' struggles. They sort of work and learn and grow off of each other. Another myth is that it'll look like any AA group or group therapy that I've seen on TV. But a lot of clients report that their groups and workshops look very different than how it's portrayed on TV. And another myth is that you're expected to share your deepest, darkest secrets, and you'll be encouraged more to share whatever you're comfortable with, even if it's your deepest, darkest secret or whatever's on the surface. And it's normal to feel uncomfortable at times when sharing, but most people grow at ease as the group progresses. Some fun facts about group therapy include, according to an article called Powers and Numbers by Amy Paturo, which I'll link at the end of the video. Group therapy can help those with major depressive disorder, bipolar disorder, panic disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, social phobia, obsessive compulsive disorder, binge eating disorder, substance use disorder, schizophrenia, borderline personality disorder. It covers a wide range of disorders, which is good because individual therapies, I guess you could say, cover the majority, if not all, of disorders or problems that someone may have. And the most effective groups, according to this article, also have a common identity and a sense shared of purpose. Like they're all here for the same reason, and they all have like the same plan, which is to feel better, to become highly functioning adults, whatever their goal may be. And group therapy also offers advantages for the psychologist because it allows therapists to observe and watch and sort of learn how the patients interact, and that's where the therapist can step in to help and stuff like that. In terms of family therapy, as you can probably tell from the name, is for families with problems that create stress between family members. Family therapy usually views a family as an interactive system, a machine, if you want to think about it like that. And it attempts to help members discover the sort of roles they play in that family, and also to learn how to communicate more open and directly with other members of that family. So humans usually grow in relation to others, and we spend a lot of our early lives with our family. So they affect us in a huge way because a lot of our personality and who we are is determined by our environment, and our parents are part of our everyday environment. So problems in family can arise from our attempts to connect emotionally to them while also differentiating ourselves from our family members. So, contrary to most psychotherapy, where the focus is on what happens in a person's head, family therapy focuses on making sure that family members know their role, what part they play in that family, and since usually one member's actions trigger a reaction in other members, knowing what role and how they may trigger a reaction in other family members is good for that family member to sort of know what the problem is, and that leads to being able to fix the problem. Therapists usually attempt to get family members to open up about their issues in order to find a solution to these issues. Pretty basic. So some myths about family therapy is that it takes a long time, and that medicating children or teens for their problems would be much quicker. Family therapy could take just as long as medicating, and medicating usually seems to be a sort of long-term solution. Like you just have to keep medicating your children or teen for whatever problem they might have, while family therapy can usually solve it for a couple years. It might relapse and it might not relapse. It depends on what the problem is, how severe it is, all those factors. Another myth is that family therapists blame parents for their children's problems, which isn't true at all. They look at how each person in a family plays a role and how they all work off of each other, similar to a group therapy, but it's more personal because it's a family, not just strangers gathered together with a common problem. Another myth is that family therapy means that the whole family will have to be present at every session, which is obviously not true, because a therapist might talk to the parents first to sort of get their viewpoint on the problem. Then they might talk to just the kids to get their viewpoint, and then bring them all in together for a session. Just different stuff like that. It isn't always like a family on family set. It's like not everyone's there. So some fun facts I found on family therapy were on an article called Research in Family Therapy by Richard Nyallen with PhD. So methods used in family therapy include self-report questionnaires, something they just fill out, observational techniques from the therapist, physiological readings, and therapist rating scales. And family therapy is better than individual therapy for schizophrenia, depression in women in distressed marriages, marital distress, adult substance abuse, adolescent conduct disorders, substance abuse, anorexia, childhood autism, aggression and noncompliance in ADHD children, dementia, and cardiovascular risk factors. All sort of common problems, some more than others, and just family therapy helps to sort of control, solve, whatever you want to call it, those problems than individual therapy could. These are just a couple of videos that I'm going to link down in the description below. One talks about group therapies and what to expect from a group therapy, and then another is how family therapies work. And then also there are some, these are just my sources. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you.